Hello, sixth graders, and welcome back to week 2 of whatever this is. Your topic this week is volume of triangular prisms. You have 2 assignments in math this week. This one video covers both assignments. So if you look right down here, assignment 1 is page 751 and 753 in your book, no hot problems. Assignment 2 is a worksheet found in the Google Classroom, but both assignments, again, are about volume of triangular prisms. So there's only one video this week. This video covers both assignments. A couple quick notes. I really hope you're using a calculator on these assignments. I don't think volume and area, you shouldn't be doing these by hand. Please use a calculator. There should be a calculator embedded in an application on whatever device you're using to watch this video. But if you need help obtaining a calculator, if your family doesn't have one, please reach out and I will help you find a calculator. Also, I want to put it out there that if you have problems on the assignments, if you email me specific page and problem numbers, I will walk you through in an email. Or I'm happy to Zoom meet if that's helpful to you as well. However I can help, please let me know. So we're looking at the volume of triangular prisms. I'm on page 748 in the book. And the volume of a triangular prism is the base times the height. So a triangular prism is just a fancy way of saying a 3D triangle. The base is this triangle here, and the height is how tall it is. So it would be really nice if they just gave you the base, but spoiler alert, you often have to find the base. So again, just want to point out that the triangle on a triangular prism, there's a triangle here, that's the base, and usually you have to find the area of this, and then you just times it by the height, which is this. So I'm going to give you an example here. I am on page 748. I'm at the bottom of the page on part B. Again, the very bottom of 748. So to remind you, to find the area of the base, and again, the base takes in both the 7 and both the 8. But to find the area of the base, you need the formula for the area of a triangle, which is base times height divided by 2. Same problem. So the base is 7, the height is 8, so 8 times 7 is 56, and then you divide it by 2. So just this triangle would be 7 times 8 divided by 2, which is 28, just the area of this triangle. Then you take that area to find the volume, and the only difference is you have to throw in multiplying by the height of the triangular prism. So in this case, it's 28 times 10. Quick recap, we took 7 times 8, 56, divided by 2. We got this 28, and then we timesed it by this 10, the height. So it's 28 times 10 equals 280. Go ahead and turn to page 750 in your books. We're going to do the guided practice page, problem number 1. So problem number 1 shows you a triangular prism. Again, first thing is you got to find the area of the triangle. So when I look at this, I see a triangle right here. This box is helpful. It's the 90-degree box to show you where the right angle is in your triangle. So the two numbers I realize that are related to this triangle are the 5 and the 3. So to find the area of this triangle, I go 3 times 5, 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. Now I'm going to times that by the height. So 7.5 times 6 happens to be 45. The answer to number 1 on page 750 is 45 feet squared. Let's try another one. Number 2. Again, I'm on 750 guided practice. This time they give you extra information, so they give you 4 numbers. What I do is I know I need to find the base, which is the area of a triangle. So I look for this little 90-degree box, and I realize here's my triangle. I've got a 2 and a 3. And then if I look for the height, which they're showing you with a dotted line here for the triangular prism, the height is 4. So I realize I don't need this. They're giving you extra information. I need to find the area of the triangle first, and then just times that by the height. So to find the area of this triangle, it's 2 times 3, 6, divided by 2 equals 3. Then I times it by the height, right here. That's 4. So it's 3 times 4. Final answer, 12. All right, same page, number 3. I like this question as an example because it's a little bit hard to tell where the triangle is as far as the measurements go. This is a piece of cheesecake. What I look for again is the 90-degree box right here. And I realize this is my triangle. I know I've got 4 as a triangle height. So again, I'm just working on the base. And I've got 6, which could be written up here as well. Make it easier if they wrote it up here. So I need to find the area of this triangle, which is 4 times 6 divided by 2. 4 times 6 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. All I have to do after that is multiply by the height. 12 times 3 is 36 inches cubed. And the last one on number 4 is the hardest question on the guided practice. I'm going to read it to you and then point a few things out and then we'll solve. Find the base length of a shipping box in the shape of a triangular prism. The shipping box has a volume of 276 cubic feet, a base height of 6.9 feet, and a height of 10 feet. What you'll notice is in this case you have the volume and you're looking for a missing measurement. It gives you base height and it gives you overall height. So what you're missing is base length. So the formula, another way to think of it is this is just a way to find the whole base. Base length times base height divided by 2. That's the area of the triangle, and then you times it by height. So we're going to plug our numbers into that formula. If you're a little confused here, it's okay. I'm going to show you another example with pictures. But again, this is one where you have the volume. So if we plug the numbers in that they just gave us, the volume was 276. They didn't tell us the base length. They told us the base height was 6.9. We divide that by 2 because again, that's just the area of the triangle. And then the height was 10. So this is a simple way to write it without the words. 276 equals base length, we don't know, times 6.9 divided by 2 times 10. You unsolve the problem by working backwards. So I take this 276, and rather than times it by 10, I divide it by 10. It's 27.6. So that gets rid of this. Now I've got 27.6 times 2. It's the opposite of dividing it by 2, and I've got 55.5. And I've got 55.2 divided by this 6.9. Final answer of 8 feet. My guess is that's going to be a little bit tough for some of you, so we'll do another example in just a sec. Your assignment is 751 and 753. I'm giving you 2 answers here to do 2 different problems. It's 2 things that come up in the book that make it a little confusing to do the assignment from the book. The first problem I want to look at is on page 751, and it's problem 3. If we look at this, it is hard to tell which numbers you need, right? So what I know is I need to find the area of a triangle and then just times it by the height. So I find the little 90-degree box and I realize that I need this 5.7, that's part of the triangle, and this length right here, which is 7.6, that's part of the triangle. So that will give me the area of this triangle. So it's 5.7 times 7.6 divided by 2. That'll give me the area of this triangle. Then I'm going to times that by the height, which is 4.8. And what you realize is you don't need this measurement. You don't need the 9.5. So 5.7 times 7.6 equals 43.32. And that's the area of this triangle. I divide it by 2, it's 21.66. That's the area of this triangle. Then I'm going to times it by 4.8 here, and I get 103.968, or 103 and 968 thousandths. They ask you to round to the nearest tenth, so it would be actually 104 would be just fine. I'd like you to look at problem 751, or page 751, problem 6. This is another problem you might realize. Again, the whole goal is to find the area of the triangle, right here, and times it by the height, which in this case is 3. But what you'll notice is they give you the volume, and what you're missing is this part of the triangle. So, to find the base, I know I need, what they mean by base is that is the area of the triangle. So it's 10 times this missing number x. So I got this 10 right here, base of the triangle, times the missing number x divided by 2. And then I would times it by the height of 3. That would give me this 30. That's the volume. So I unsolve the problem. So this is me just plugging my numbers into the formula. The opposite of to unsolve, the opposite of timesing by 3 over here is dividing this 30 by this 3, and I get 10. Now I've got 10 times the missing number divided by 2 equals this 10 right here. The opposite of dividing by 2 is timesing by 2. 10 times 2 is 20. And what I'm left with is 10 times a missing number equals 20, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. The answer to problem 751, problem 6, or page 751, problem 6, the answer is 2. Once this clicks in your brains, it'll make a lot more sense. You'll get it. For those of you where this isn't clicking, when you come to these problems and you have the volume right here, and you're looking for a missing side, please email me and I'm happy to walk you through it again. I really promise once it clicks, you'll be like, okay, I got it. Alright, so your assignment, your first assignment, is page 751 and 753, no hot problems. All of 752 is hot problems, so it's page 751, we did 2 of the problems, and page 753. Stay tuned. The second assignment is also covered in this video. So your second assignment is in the Google Classroom. Looks like this. The good news is that it's a little simpler than the first problem assignment. So my advice is, if you're not sure after watching this video how to do this, I would actually start with your second assignment. This one is meant to reinforce your first assignment. This one, again, you'll have to answer on an answer key. The answer keys, I think this is clear by now, but please check your Google Classroom for the answer keys, and please fill out the answer keys and turn them back into the Google Classroom. So on the second assignment, worksheet problem number 1, I'm going to do 2 problems off the assignment. This is exactly what you were just doing. I think it's a little easier, and I wanted to reinforce it because I think some students were confused, or my guess is that some of you will be confused. We're just finding the volume of this triangular prism. Again, you look for the triangle, and you got to find the area of this base. So to find the area, it's base length times base height divided by 2. So it's 9.5 times 11 divided by 2. This whole area is 52 and 2500. It's 52.25. Then you just times it by the height, 14, and you get a final answer that the volume of this triangular prism is 731 and 5/10 yards cubed, right here. I'm going to look at problem number 3. What you'll notice on problem number 3 is that it is that annoying thing where they give you extra measurements. You only need 3 of these measurements, so one of the measurements is extra. And its first thing is you have to decide what measurements do you need to find the base, to find the area of this triangle. And my little clue is I look for the 90-degree mark. And what that tells me, if I look here, is that I need this line, which is this 6, and I need this line, the 2 lines next to the 90-degree mark, which is this 10. So I know I need this 6, I know I need this 10 to find the area of this triangle. Once I find the area of this triangle, I'm going to times it by this 10 to include the height. So here's the same picture. So the overall formula is base times height, and base is defined by the base length times the base height divided by 2. So the base length is 6, the base height is 10, and 6 times 10 is 60 divided by 2 is 30. So now I've got 30 for this whole area of this triangle. Now to find the volume of this triangular prism, I just take that 30 and times it by the height, which in this case is also 10, so 30 times 10 is 300 feet cubed. You'll notice you did not need the 11.7, and one way to kind of figure out that you don't need it is it's not by the 90 degree, it's not by the little square. A couple reminders for your assignment. Please, like I said before, please use a calculator. Please turn your Google Doc answer sheet that you find in the Google Classroom back into the Google Classroom for grading. Don't just share it with me. So when you open a Google Doc, there's an icon on the top right corner that says share. Don't just share it with me. Please turn it back into the classroom. If you don't know how to do that, please email me and I'll help you. If you have any questions this week about the assignment, or if you just feel better going through a Zoom meeting, absolutely request it. You can email me with questions. You can request a Zoom meeting. I'd love to just see you guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everybody's safe, and this concludes our video. Please, please, please email me with questions, and please stay safe. Thanks.